Oh, we are live now. I always do this. Let me mute my ringer. Oh boy, I feel like it's been a while. It has been a while. See, right now this is the time where people kind of slowly come into the room. So if you're watching this after the live stream, that is why I'm talking to myself right now. But you're in for something because a little bit later, I will be joined by a very, very special guest. What's going on, Tinky Winky? I was just here talking to myself, having a good time. What's going on, Bryant? What's up? What's up? Hey, Charismatic Enigma. What's going on, Isaiah? SM Lover. What's going on? Sugar Mama. Yes, so right here, you can probably tell I have a seat, a nice open spot for a very, very special guest who will be joining us a little bit later today. She goes by the name of Sugar Mama. So my Sugar Mama will be joining me a little bit later during this live stream. Well, what's going on, everybody? If you're just joining, please don't forget to smash that like button like it owes you money. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world. I'm so glad that you guys can join me today. Today, do you hear me? Today on this live stream, Sunday evening-ish, depending on where you come from. Hero, very dope. Where's that from? Where is that from? Sammy B in the house. What's going on? Colby, I appreciate that, man. What's going on? Merc Sniper in the house. Time Traveler in the house. Finesser, Vinci in the house. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Michael B, what's going on? What's up, Will? Bad Gabriel, let's see. Hey, Matt, which house in Hogwarts would I be in? Let's see. Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin? I think Ravenclaw. I think I'm going to have to go with Ravenclaw because I feel like I wouldn't want to be as bad as like Slytherin is, but you need a little bit of a bad boy in you. You know, you got to have a little something there. That's right. That's right. What's going on? What's up, Thomas? Let's see those muscles. Oh, okay. Okay. What's going on, Peck? M-Peck? Can I send you a request on Facebook? Absolutely. So my personal page, you can send me a request on either. But as far as like wrestling related stuff and YouTube related stuff, I definitely use my Facebook business page a lot. It should be under Cheap Wrestler or Matt Rivera, so not too hard to find. Not too hard to find. Brian says, Sugar Mama can beat Brock Lesnar. Damn right she can. Damn right she can. Sugar Mama can absolutely beat Brock Lesnar. Hands down. I'm scared of Sugar Mama, so. You'll get no arguments from me. You'll get no arguments from me. If you're just joining this live stream, thank you so much for joining me on a Sunday and spending some of your time on the weekend with yours truly, the cheapest wrestler in the world. Colby, I just got your friend request confirmed. There we go. Now I'm reconnected again. You see? I did it right then and there. I didn't even wait. I didn't even waste time. All right, so let me back up a little bit here and see what's going on with everybody. Today, yeah, I did say today. Let's see. Do I like what Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are doing in the Hurt Business? Yeah, I do like what they're doing. I think that they should win some tag titles soon. You know, kind of decorate themselves, drip in gold. I would like to see Cedric and Shelton both win those tag titles. That's what I think would make a big difference right now. I'm going to adjust this because, like I said, today is live stream number 20, which is crazy. And I felt like I had to give you guys something special for number 20. For number 20, the big 2-0, we'll have a special guest a little bit later today. Sugar Mama is in the house. She will be joining us, and you guys could ask her some questions and make sure they're appropriate. Make sure they're appropriate. Because that's my wifey, all right? Don't mess around with my Sugar Mama. You guys can ask her some questions later on, and it should be pretty dope. It should be fun. If you're just joining, don't forget to smash that like button. I see we got 15 people in this room, 16 people in this room, 7 people smashed that like button. Let's keep it going. The last live stream we did, we actually hit a record. We hit 65 likes. 65 likes. Now, if we could beat that today, I would be shocked. I'm not expecting it, but 65 likes is our record. Let's see if one day we can beat it. I don't know. I don't feel like today's going to be the day that we're going to get the record for the most likes, but you know, maybe one day soon, right? Anyway, let's get back to it. Codyverse, what's going on, man? What's going on? You know what? I did not watch Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. I kind of felt like reading the rules, I'm like, they're just doing this for some money. And like, that's cool, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I think in a real fight, they didn't have all those restrictions, Mike Tyson would wash Roy Jones. And I'm not trying to diss Roy Jones at all. I just think Mike Tyson is a different kind of animal. If you've ever joined me on one of these live streams, I always go off about Mike Tyson and Brock Lesnar, how I would not mess with either of those two. Spencer Hyde, what's going on, brother? Welcome. It's me, Isaiah. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. We have a bunch of new videos on the way. Actually, December is going to be a really, really good time for new videos. Tinky Winky says, I'm watching this on my new computer. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I hope you like your new computer. Let's see. Sammy B says, walking home with fried chicken because I used the coupon. Damn, I love me some fried chicken. I haven't had fried chicken in a while. But I do love me some fried chicken. Nebula in the house. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Nebula. Oh, you told me your name too. Is it Danny? Nebula, what's your name? I always forget these things. Actually, I don't always. I'm usually pretty good. Let's see. Colby says, I'm 15. What's going on? Nebula says, my first stream was 16. Spencer says it in all caps now. Hey, Matt, may I please have a shout out, please? Spencer, hope all is well, my man. Thomas wants to know, what are my thoughts on Dominic Mysterio? So my thoughts on Dominic Mysterio, he's doing his thing. Obviously, he's got the moves. He's athletic. But in order to know if he's really, really going to make it long term, we kind of have to see what he does in storylines. I need to see more character development out of him. I need to see that he's more than just Rey Mysterio's son. You know? Hero says, I'm so laggy. That might have been my fault. SM Lover says, record for dislikes seems like 1. Yeah, I think that might be the record for a live stream. I'm not sure. Alan, what's going on? Mike versus Roy was a draw. I know, but if it was real life, man, if they didn't have those restrictions, like no knockouts and whatnot, come on. Mike Tyson would have washed him. Christian Reeve in the house. What's going on, brother? How could you troll us all? I still haven't forgiven you. Oh, man. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen one of my latest videos, it is it is called I Officially Retired, which I did from drinking soda. I don't know what you guys thought I was talking about, but, you know, I just wanted to share a little bit of my life. Didn't think it would cause that much of a ruckus. What's going on, Hitman? Danny, I knew it. See, Nebula, I knew it. I knew your name was Danny. I did well. Sugar Mama is better than Charlotte Flair. Like if you agree. Absolutely. Woo! Damn right. How do you feel about Braun getting suspended? I think it's time to switch things up with him. It's time to switch things up with Braun. Obviously, he was stale, so we needed a change. Christian Reeve, you know, you actually popped in my head the other day, brother, because I've been watching a lot of AEW Dark. So I've been watching Johnny Hungy, or the Dark Order, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, and you're like, why is Matt having a seizure? Johnny Hungy, John Silver of the Dark Order, number 4? He's number 4, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He's been doing great things. Listen, he's a guy, he's like, what, 5'5"? Obviously, he's jacked, but he really took his look and made his gimmick match his look, and he is doing all the right stuff. He's doing everything that he needs to do to become a superstar. Obviously, you can already see he separated himself from the Dark Order big time, and I think that's only going to keep happening. But Christian Reeve, you popped in my head because you compared me to someone in AEW, and I've been watching a lot of his work, and I have to say, I am super impressed, and I see a superstar in, now it's Absolute Ricky Starks. That's who it is. Absolute Ricky Starks. He is a star, man. That guy oozes charisma, and I like his mic skills, which for me, I'm very particular about someone. In order for me to be like, oh, you have really good mic skills, you have to be really good. He's there. Joshua Wood wants to know, do I collect wrestling figures? I only have one Chris Jericho figure. If you mean Pops, I do. You could probably see, I'll tilt this up a little bit here. You can see The Rock there, Sergeant Slaughter, Vince McMahon, Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins on the bottom. Right over in this area, you see The Fiend, AJ Styles, and The New Day. I think that's everybody I have. So I don't have too many wrestling ones, but I'm pretty sure I'll get some more. Let's see. Tinky Winky, that's a really good question. Wants to know if I got any deals on Black Friday. So I was going to go out on Black Friday, but given the quarantine and everything, it still just didn't seem right with me, you know, especially New York. New York, it's bad, guys. And to, go out, I didn't really want to do that. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting till tonight, actually. I'll be going on Amazon and maybe doing a little bit of Cyber Sunday shopping, just a little bit of Christmas shopping, not spending too much because not only do I not like to spend much, but no, that's pretty much it. I just don't like to spend much. What else do we have here? What's going on, Mulalo? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Matt, do you like my new profile? Oh, okay, I couldn't tell who it was. Majin Vegeta, dope. It would be ironic if everyone started disliking. I dare you guys to dislike. Go ahead. Let's see if we can run it up. How many dislikes? Oh, I'm just kidding. If you wanted to, you could. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Hope all is well. Hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a really good Thanksgiving. I hope that I know 2020 has been a crazy year. So I hope that it's ending a little bit better than it started. I hope you guys remain safe and healthy and, make your dreams come true, man. Life is short. Life is short. Let's see. Bro, Mike should have won. Roy just hugged him. I know, man. That's all he did. He just kept hugging him. He's like, please don't hurt me, bro. 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 Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre match? I actually thought it was a letdown. I was really, really looking forward to Roman Reigns versus Drew, and I felt like they didn't deliver. I really feel that way. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad match by any means. I just felt like it left a lot, like it kind of ended, and I was just like, oh, well, all right. I was over here. I was definitely one of those people who are a big advocate for Drew McIntyre being the one to fight Roman Reigns. So now that it kind of ended, I'm like, oh, maybe it should have been Randy Orton. I don't know. Let's see. Hitman says, how was your Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was pretty good. Pretty good. And I didn't do anything that I would normally do for Thanksgiving. I actually just hung out with Sugar Mama, and it was probably one of the best Thanksgivings ever. It wasn't the norm, obviously, but it was a really good opportunity for us to just kind of hang out, let our hair down a little bit and just have some fun. Let's see. Are you going to watch next Wednesday Dynamite Kenny Omega versus Moxley for the AEW Championship? Absolutely. I will definitely be checking out that match. I am curious to see which way it goes. I think Moxley might lose it. We'll see. Let's see. Ring of Honor is still a credible promotion? Absolutely. Ring of Honor is absolutely still a credible promotion. I know they don't seem to be the talk of the town like the way WWE is, or the way Impact was at one point, and the way AEW is. But absolutely, Ring of Honor is 100% a credible promotion. Christian Reeves says he's the star of the show for sure. Yeah, AEW Starks, right? John is number 5. He does a great job. Dark Order is awesome. Listen, I've been saying that for a long time. I've been a huge, huge advocate for the Dark Order, even when people thought I was crazy. Do I like Ryzen from AEW? I've seen a lot of Ryzen, but I haven't seen a lot from Ryzen, if that makes sense. He does well. He does his thing, but I think they're still trying to find out exactly what to do with him. So I'm just going to let you guys know now. Definitely take advantage of that super chat or super sticker option if you feel like if you're asking questions and I'm just not getting to them fast enough. That is a good way to make sure that you are seen. Let's keep it going. Mulalo says, do I think EC3 would come back to WWE? Do I think he would? Yes. I just think that it's tough, man. It's tough because there's certain wrestlers, and I'll give you a great example, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy for saying this. There's certain wrestlers that when WWE gets their hands on them, their ideas, I feel like, just aren't what's best for that wrestler. An example is EC3. EC3 was so good at Impact during his heavyweight title run, where he had Rockstar Spud as his lackey, and he was Dixie Carter's nephew. That was the best EC3, and he was so good at what he did. His character, facial expressions, he was on point. And I feel like WWE just never found the gimmick for EC3 to really make him shine the way he should have. If you're just joining, don't forget to smash that like button like it owes you money. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's see. Tinky Winky says, I hate Ryzen. Ooh, damn. Ouch. Poor Ryzen. Do you like old school wrestling, 60s, 70s, etc.? If so, who are your favorite wrestlers? I just watched an awesome match from 1969 from a wrestler called Johnny Valentine, Greg the Hammer's father. So, uh, not really a story about Greg the Hammer, but I've done a lot of shows with Greg the Hammer. Never wrestled him one-on-one, but he's done some great work. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think I've watched too much wrestling from back then. That's it's one of those things I can't say that I watched it regularly. You know what I mean? I might catch it every once in a while. To say I have a favorite, it might be too much. Sorry, Kurt reminded you about the shoelaces. I see. Mark Sniper, did I cry during Undertaker's farewell? Because I cried a river. And you know what? Christian Reeve right after that says, do I think Undertaker's send-off was good enough? No, I don't. I think that his send-off shouldn't have happened. It felt like they just wanted to keep us on the network for another 45 minutes. I don't think it was necessary. I don't think, I don't know. I know that was kind of supposed to wrap up the 30 days of Undertaker, but it was a lame way to do it. It was a really lame way to do it. There was nothing about it that I was like, yeah, this is great. Nah. Let's see. Mulalo wants to know. Oh, okay, I answered that. Yep. Thoughts on Jake Paul as a person? So, Christian Reeve, I don't know much about Jake Paul as a person. I have no idea. I know he owned his match last night, but then again, and he's been real cocky since, right? I mean, you know, to fight a guy who has never had an official boxing match before and knock him out, yeah, that would make me real cocky. Ooh. Robinson challenge. You guys are funny. Fat kid. Yeah, I've seen some pictures of just people laying down on the floor. I'm like, come on. Ooh. Tiki Winky says, do I like Taz on AEW Dark commentary? So, since I've been watching so much of AEW Dark, I've been listening to a lot of Taz again. It's been years. I think the last time I listened to Taz regularly was when he was on SmackDown with Michael Cole. And it reminds me how much I actually do like Taz as a commentator. I feel like everything he says sounds supernatural. He obviously has a very different sound coming from the urban area of New York. And I just feel like he has such a different way of talking, and it comes out so effortlessly. If I can speak, that'd be great. So charismatic. Taz, yeah. To me, Taz is a top 5 commentator, and a lot of people would probably disagree with me with that. But I think he's a top 5 commentator. That's just how I feel. Let's see. Was watching the whole event on a pirated stream. Shame on you, fat kids. Shame on you. Who is the greatest heel of all time? Me. Moving on. Earlier this week, I enlisted all of my videos. When I was making videos, I wasn't being myself. I had anxiety and I had a lot of problems with school. Was this the right decision? Honestly, it all depends on your goals. Did you enlist them because... Yeah, Danny, that really depends on what you want to do with YouTube, man. Did you, like, what kind of videos were they? Do you see yourself being a creator? And speaking of this, guys, before the year is over, one video I am going to come out with is a top 10 tips for YouTube for creators, because when I first started this, man, no one was there to help me out. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I found out some tips and tricks along the way, some things that would have saved me months, if not maybe a whole year's worth of time. So I'm going to give you guys a little piece of what I know in case you are interested in starting your own channel. Or you start your own channel and maybe you just need a little extra help. I did not see the Ring of Honor Pure tournament. How was that? Posty says, spilled some ketchup on my pants. Got to put it in the washer. Alan says, Ricochet 2.0. I get that all the time, man. It's so crazy. What is the most dangerous bump you've ever taken? Ooh, I don't think I've been asked that question before. It's not going to sound that crazy given everything that happens in wrestling now. But I took this really, really high angle German suplex. And I feel like I landed right on my neck. Like, it was probably one of the times where I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. But I ended up being just fine. I rolled through. But as soon as I hit, I was like, oh. Felt like all the wind was sucked out of me. I'm like, yep, I'm not getting up after this German, but I did. And it was the tail end of a hat trick of a third German suplex in a row. So it wasn't a good time. Thomas says, do I think having Brock Lesnar break Undertaker's streak was a mistake? Overall, yeah. I just feel like there's other people that could have done it. They didn't need Brock to do it. my opinion. Wardlow or Rhino. Ooh. I really like what Wardlow's doing, but I guess right now I would say Rhino in his peak only because I haven't seen enough of Wardlow. I would need to see a little bit more. Let's see. Do you like the NBA? My favorite team is the Lakers. R.I.P. Kobe. Definitely R.I.P. Kobe. You know what's funny? I've always been more of a football fan than a basketball fan. Always been more of a football fan. My team is the Giants, but they've been. Matt has an empty chair next to him. That's right, Sammy B. Because if you're just joining me, I can't tell you exactly when, but during this live stream, we will be joined by a very, very special guest. She goes by the name Sugar Mama. And she'll be joining us a little bit later during this live stream. Cole, what's going on, man? What's going on? Alan's favorite player is LeBron. I mean, legend already, right? Anthony says, what's up, bro? Had to come by and say what's going on. Keep growing the channel. Anthony Mays, man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I know I said your last name wrong. I don't know how to say it, but Anthony, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thoughts on the finger poke of doom? Honestly, Christian Reeve didn't bother me. That moment didn't bother me. I know people complain about that, but you got to make wrestling interesting, all right? Let's see. Hero says, hey, Matt, have you read... you know what? No, I have not, Hero. Morrow? Am I pronouncing that right? I'm actually not as familiar with that villain. Tell me a little bit about him. Let's see. What was the last time you watched 205 Live? A really long time ago. Like a really long time ago. Definitely at least 2 years. Mulalo says, have I ever been a face? Yes, and I think I'm a pretty damn good baby face. I know a lot of times, I've spent a lot of time as a heel. So we tend to talk about the times that I was a heel, but I was a really good baby face too. Listen, I'm going to pat myself on the back. Hold on 1 second. You doing anything right now? No? I'm just going to pat myself on the back because I was a damn good baby face. I watched your music. It was too sweet. Thank you, Tinky Winky. I appreciate that. Yes, if you guys don't know, I also do music. Right now we're in my recording studio where now some people are like, well, how can he afford a recording studio if he's a cheap wrestler? Well, you see, I still have to work, right? So still need to make an income. So I record a lot of other artists in this studio. It's part of my income. It's part of how I'm able to afford to do things like this. So back off, jack off. Let's continue. Danny says, Mauro Ranallo is my favorite commentator. So I really miss Mauro. From NXT, I was watching the Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly match. And when Pete Dunne suplexes Kyle O'Reilly through the ladder, the commentators are silent. They go, huh? I'm like, oh my gosh, if Mauro Ranallo was here, he'd be going insane. Mamma mia! And I'm like, man, I miss this guy. But it was cool to hear him during the fights. That was pretty cool. Last night, I'm referring to. Hitman says, I started doing streaming on Twitch yesterday. How's that going, man? How is that going? Let's see. Anthony says, calling you Ricochet is a compliment. I appreciate it. I'll take it. Cody Verse says, do you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling? I have to be honest. No. I mean, like I have before. And I've watched different events, but I don't watch New Japan regularly. Christian Reeves says, thoughts on Sasha Banks in The Mandalorian? So I watched the first season of The Mandalorian, and I thought it was excellent. But I haven't had time to start watching season 2 yet. However, now you guys might think I'm crazy saying this, but I sincerely mean it. I think Sasha Banks is a great wrestler. I think the character is good. I feel like her acting is really bad. I feel like Sasha Banks doesn't actually convince me she's the boss. I'm just a fan of her and her work. But if you gave her a mic and I never saw her wrestle a day in her life, she would not convince me that she's the boss. I just feel like her acting is like it's okay, you know? So I was surprised to hear that she was in The Mandalorian. That actually kind of, it really surprised me. Do I think Kurt Angle should have broken the Undertaker streak? Nah, I don't think Kurt Angle would have been the one. I think maybe The Fiend would have been a good answer. Honestly, I think he's the only one. I think he's the only one who coulda, woulda, shoulda done it. Detox, what's going on? No worries for being late. No worries. What did I think of the Mike Tyson match? Hesmo, basically, long story short, I wish they didn't have the rules that they had on them. There should have been knockouts. They should have been able to do that sort of thing, but they couldn't. And that really sucked. That really sucked. All right, let's see here. Thoughts on Mae Young giving birth to a hand? That's the Attitude Era for you. I mean, a lot of us are like, oh, wrestling's not the same since the Attitude Era, and it's definitely not. Attitude Era, they didn't really care. They just did whatever they wanted. And I mean, it's like that. You see that a lot in wrestling now, especially with like AEW. A lot of people have that creative freedom, but there'll be nothing like the Attitude Era. People were giving birth to hands. People were coming out of boiler rooms. It was just ridiculous, and I really enjoy it, and I really miss it. Not going to lie. Sammy B says John Cena could have retired Kurt Angle as the Doctor of Thugonomics. No, I agree with that. Absolutely. It should have been Cena. It should have been Cena. It should have been Cena. Thoughts on the Katie Vick angle from Christian Reeve. So, funny story about the Katie Vick angle. I was pretty young when that came out, and I remember watching it, and my mom was not a huge fan of wrestling. So she walks into the room, and they are showing this scene where Triple H is on top of the casket doing his thing as Kane. And my mom walks in, she's like, what the hell are you watching? And I was like, oh, it's just wrestling. And she's like, this is not wrestling. What is this? I'm like, no, Mom. I know there's a grown man on top of a casket. It's wrestling. Trust me. And she hung out for a little while until she believed me that it was actually wrestling that I was watching and not something else. But the Katie Vick storyline, I think, is amazing only because it's so bad that we're going to be talking about it for forever, probably. Anthony says, is your mom the one that's going to be in the chair? So not exactly my mom, but my sugar mama, which is a little different. Let's see. If you guys are just joining, don't forget to smash that like button like it owes you money. Last time we hit a record, which doesn't look like we'll get it this time, but that's okay. We hit a record number of likes with 65 likes, which was pretty cool. Pretty dope. I thought so, at least. Let's see. Has anyone ever told you kind of look like Chris Daughtry? You know what? I don't think I've actually gotten that one before. That one's from Thomas. I don't think I've gotten the Chris Daughtry one before, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Ricardo Rivera, what's going on? That's my brother, if you guys don't know. Just kidding. It's not my brother. That's Logan Rivera, but what's going on, Ricardo? What's up? A villain that eats planets and absorbs its energy. Overall, it's decent. Maybe I'll have to check it out. So Diego says, how did you like Crash Bandicoot 4? And I'm glad you asked that, Diego, because I think the last Crash Bandicoot video that I put on there is going to be the last one I put on YouTube. I noticed that it's not the content that I feel like you guys want the most of. So I figured I will finish up Battlegrounds on YouTube. But as far as Crash Bandicoot, I think the last video that I did will be it for that particular series. And that's okay. I don't mind trying new things on here and seeing what interests you guys. I have a lot of cool videos that I'm pretty sure will interest you guys in the next month. Like some really cool ones. Let's see. All right, Detox. Appreciate you stopping by. Dorothy in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Tinky Winky says, I know Halloween is gone, but what is your favorite horror movie? Let's see. My favorite horror movie. I really like The Conjuring. If you haven't seen it, that's the one where the kids are hiding in the house and they play hide and clap. And the way they find each other is they have their eyes closed, but they hear the claps and they follow it. And that's where people usually know the movie from, because that's what happens in the trailer. You see like hands come out of the dark, like, and it's pretty creepy stuff. But I think that's my favorite horror movie. Christian Reeve, overall thoughts on WWE commentary. Personally, I can't stand it. WWE commentary has gotten to be very stale, and there's not a lot of unique speakers. And what I mean by unique speakers is different people with different accents, different styles, different like JR. JR would say some things where I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? But it'll always stay in my mind, like whipping him like a government mule. I remember one time I was watching Raw, and I guess they were being sponsored by Skittles. And JR is like, Raw is sponsored by Juicy, delicious, fruity, delicious Skittles. And I was like, what? Like, he just snapped. He just went crazy about the Skittles. But I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the King with his little high-pitched voice is getting so excited about puppies, you know? And I feel like those things they matter. They matter for a good commentator. You want to know their personalities, know almost what they're going to say because you know them as a commentator. And I really miss that. I think Corey Graves does a great job. I think Michael Cole does a great job as like a straight man kind of deal. But I feel like if you have your Michael Cole, then you don't really need like your Tom Phillips. You don't need other people to kind of just be this vanilla, generic commentator. Unless Michael Cole plans on retiring, and I just don't know that. Let's see. Thoughts on Zack Ryder? Woo, woo, woo. Great shape, really good in the ring, but he's always been missing something, man. I don't know what it is. But I feel like he's always been missing something, and it just hasn't quite caught on. Christian Reeves says, I agree on the Sasha Banks acting thing, by the way. Convincing the audience is important both in acting and in wrestling. 100%. Let's see. Anthony says, can we get 100 likes because Matt deserves it? I appreciate that. Cody Verse says, slap that booty. Oh, wow. Okay. The Fiend is the only one that should have beat The Undertaker. I agree. Wow. Am I this far behind on the questions? Holy moly. I think Kane should have beaten The Undertaker. Thoughts on Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. So I did speak a little bit about that before. Damn, I'm really behind. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, if you guys want your questions answered a little bit sooner or you feel like this live stream might end before I even get to your questions, definitely take advantage of the super chat, super stick option. If not, I will just do my best to get to everybody before time is up. What's going on, Carrot? Let's see. Well, let me actually backtrack a little bit. Thoughts on Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson? Listen, that was Nate Robinson's first boxing fight, so I don't think Jake Paul has anything to brag about. I'll put it that way. But otherwise, congratulations to him. Mankind versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I would love to see The Fiend take that match. Sammy B dropping those frugal faction emojis. AEW is the new audited era. Interesting. Tinky Winky says, how's your mom? She's good. She is good. She is real good. Let's see. Who do I think is winning the triple threat tomorrow on Raw? So I have a feeling. You know, we were actually just talking about Braun Strowman a little while ago. I have a feeling Braun Strowman is going to interfere, and it's going to end up being Braun versus Drew, which I am not looking forward to at all. But that's what I think. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping AJ Styles wins, because it really doesn't make sense for the other two to win, especially since both Matt Riddle and yeah, I know he's just Riddle, and Keith Lee, both of those two guys kind of have some beef going on with the Hurt Business. So I'm curious to see if they would make one of them win. Let's see. Dorothy says, how did I get into wrestling? So I'll tell you this, Dorothy. It's a long story, but you should definitely check out. I released a video maybe 3 weeks ago called My Wrestling Journey, and it actually answers that question, how I started off in wrestling from the very, very, very first time I stepped into a wrestling ring. Let's see. Talk us through your worst match of all time, as in myself wrestling. Oh, man. I've had a couple. I mean, I've definitely had some matches where I was like, that, I don't even want to talk about it. I'll be honest with you, Christian. I would love to answer that question, but I feel like for the most part, I kind of like erased bad matches from my brain. And I'm not even sure off the top of my head which one would fit in that description. But there's been a couple of times, I'll say this. There's been a couple of times in a match where I've gone to go like do a string of moves with somebody, and we end up messing up one or two of the moves within a sequence of moves, and then the whole thing just gets messed up. Like the whole spot is just garbage, and it's like, oh, just throw it all away. We got to start again. Let's see. Sammy B says PS4 games are cheaper now because of the PS5. Yes, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, Sammy. Thanks for delivering the good news. Hesmo says the reason why they took the knockout because they didn't want them to get hurt because they're older. I know. I understand why they didn't do knockouts. I'm just saying I don't like it. Are you a fan of Spider-Man? Says Thomas. I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, man. Spider-Man's probably one of, if not my favorite superhero of all time. The most unprofessional thing I've ever witnessed in a wrestling ring. One of my trainers, and I won't say them by name, but one of my trainers, there was a new guy starting his first day of wrestling, and I watched him bully him, like really haze him in the ring, and I did not like it at all. Like I can't even say half the things he said to him, but he started slapping him around, saying that he was making him look stupid and whatnot. And I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. Like that stuff does not sit right with me. Needless to say, I did not spend much more time training at that place. Let's see. Tinky Winky says Chris Jericho AEW or WWE theme song. I really like Judas, but I got to go this WWE theme. There's Chris Jericho in AEW. It's interesting because Chris Jericho has been my favorite wrestler of all time. Always has been. Always thought Chris Jericho was the man. But after reading his books, there's something I know about Jericho that I think if I were to tell him this, he would not want to hear it. Chris Jericho, when you read his books, you realize at his time in like WCW, he never really understood why Hogan, Hall, and Nash were like the face of the company. He never really, I think he always felt like he should have been a Rock, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Undertaker. Because it sucks to say, but Chris Jericho's always been just like a notch slightly below those guys. And I just mean in like popularity and, I don't know, legend status, if you will. But I think that he's always felt he belongs there. And like, hey, if you don't believe me, then I'll just prove it a different way. But I don't think it's true. I love Jericho. I just don't think that that's his place in wrestling history. So to be the leader of a faction and whatnot, I just don't think it's what's best for him. I really don't. It's not my favorite version of Chris Jericho. In your opinion, is Cena a GOAT when it comes to wrestling world? And I don't mean by wrestling ability. If you don't mean by wrestling ability, 100%. I mean, sorry, John Cena. I think I said Chris Jericho. John Cena, yeah, absolutely. I mean, who could stay on top for that long? Like over 10 years? That's crazy. Crazy. The Conjuring is the best horror movie. Damn it, I'm like really behind on these questions. The Conjuring. Let's see. Hey, Matt, is it weird how I find the bed scene between Edge and Lita funny because of Ric Flair coming down like an old man? Nah, that's okay. I think it's funny, too. Let's see. Thoughts on Anthony Ogogo commentary in AEW? I think with practice, Anthony Ogogo could be really good. First of all, he has a cool name. He has a cool accent. He looks the part. And I think if he can add a little more character into his commentary and keep doing it because it's very obvious that he's pretty new, you can have something special. Guys, I know you might be waiting. But I'm telling you now, it's happening very soon. We'll be joined by a very, very special guest, Sugar Mama. Thank you guys for being patient. It will happen. Christian Reeve, do I think Earl Hebner will ever go in the Hall of Fame? Maybe after he dies. I mean, what he did is not good. If you guys don't know, many years ago, Earl Hebner was released for selling WWE products, copying them, and selling T-shirts and whatnot under the table illegally. And Earl, sorry, but we don't do that. We don't do that. Let's see. We might hit a new record because it has 30 likes already. Maybe. I don't know, man. If you guys are just joining, don't forget to smash that like button. We were trying to hit records, but I don't know if we'll hit a record today. The most we've ever gotten was 65. 65 likes. Let's see. Do I think BTS is so cringe and super overrated? BTS. What is BTS? The only BTS I know is behind the scenes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I see you guys have so many questions, and I don't think I'll be able to get to all of them today, so you might have to save them for the next live stream because I'm sure you have plenty of questions for my next guest, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sugar Mama. Hello, hello. So,
hello.
Here is Sugar Mama. If you guys have any questions, I'll back this up so we can, not be like right in the frame. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't actually think I would bring her, right? You probably thought it was some sort of a cruel joke. All right.
No.
There we go. Yes, Sugar Mama is in the building. So if you have any questions, please ask away. So yeah, we have Diego and Thomas. What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello. Everyone says hello. Thank you
Going
for
well,
making.
Trinky Winky.
Oh, look at this! Look at this. So I feel like everyone's first question is just, "How are you?"
I'm good. I'm doing well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
So they've been talking about BTS. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that. Oh wait, yeah, I don't know. Behind the scenes is the only thing I know what BTS is. All right, there's the first question from Christian Reeve.
We met at work. We met working with individuals with special needs. This guy's really good at it.
Oh, you hear that? You hear that, guys? So yes, how did you meet that?
What are cow chips? Hitman, what are cow chips?
I know what they are.
What are they?
Well, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hitman, but cow chips are they're chocolate covered potato chips. When I had mentioned that I wanted to get you that ice cream with the chocolate covered potato chips, they were trying to tell me where I can get them from some places. So it was helpful.
Nice.
Let's see. What other? Oh, it's a Korean. Oh, okay. BTS. I know that band now. Well, my cousin is a huge fan of them. I understand now. Just said, oh, BTS is so overrated. Honestly, they're not even any good. I don't even know how they're that famous. Welcome from at home, Sugar Mama. Oh, there's a good one. You see that question there?
How did I react to your cheapness, or how long have we been together?
I guess both, whichever one you want to answer first.
Been together about 6 years, even though it took him a little longer to get on board. I was in it for 6 years. What was the other question?
Why'd you have to add that little bit in there? Why'd you have to say that? It's making me look bad. The other question.
How did I react to your cheapness?
How did you react to my cheapness?
He hid it from me. He wasn't cheap when I met him.
Ah, so you heard that? I hid it from her. I kind of did. So
I had no idea about all of this.
We met years after the show, a few years after the show. And obviously, naturally, I stopped doing a lot of those things. And yeah, I hid a lot of those things from you. But I did a pretty good job.
He popped it like 3 years ago.
Oh, if you guys don't know, anyone who doesn't know, yeah. So Sugar Mama is more than just Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama is wifey. I don't just call her that as a nickname. She is my life partner. Yeah. Yes, cow chips are chocolate-covered potato chips. Thank you, man. Yeah. Congrats. Oh, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. So we're not getting married. We are married. Oh my gosh, how many minds did I just blow right now? I thought you guys knew this already. Let's see.
Hiding me.
Hiding you. That's not true. Yeah. When I call her wifey, I don't just mean as like a cute term of endearment. I mean, she's actually my wife.
Oh, I react to his episode the same way as you guys. I'm shocked and horrified.
Okay. When did we get married?
You tell him that one. We got married 2 times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of true. We got married twice. So we got married secretly. Almost, is it about to be 2 years?
Yes.
Wow.
December 1st, our anniversary is coming.
Yeah, I was like right around the corner. It's about a week away. Then we had a public wedding after the secret wedding in the summer. So we basically got married in the winter, had a wedding in the summer. Going back, looking at all the...
How are you cheap if you have so many pop wrestlers?
Would you like to answer that for me?
I buy them all. I buy the pops.
You heard it here first, guys. Sugar Mama buys the pops. Yes, I can read your question.
That was the question.
That was your question. Okay, yes. So if we don't get to your questions fast enough, don't forget you do have these super chat and super sticker options to ensure that we answer your questions. If not, we will do the best we can to get to all of them.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done? A horrible wife. I don't even remember. I feel like he's always pretty romantic, though. He's a good one. He's a good one. You're good.
You heard that? Oh man. All right. Oh boy. Now these questions. Well, let's go with Alan's question first. Does Sugar Mama have a YouTube channel?
No. You're lucky I'm here for these 20 minutes.
So the answer is as far as children, you guys will have to wait and see and be surprised like everyone else. Who knows what the future holds?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Do you like wrestling too?
I get into it sometimes when it's on. I don't wrestle myself.
Is there any wrestlers that you like watching?
Well, I used to like Seth Rollins, but now he's kind of gross.
Now he's kind of gross. You hear that? She used to like Seth Rollins. Now he's kind of gross. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Our child will not be named Ricochet. Sonic is good, but he stinks.
Yes, if you guys don't know, I think I might have mentioned this before. Hedgehogs are
terrible pets. Don't get a hedgehog. Do not ever get a hedgehog.
You heard it here first.
They said it would be a good pet. They said it was a good idea. Nope.
Wow. All right, let's see. Matt's face when you said you couldn't remember the most romantic thing he ever did.
Whoops.
Christian Reeves says, what do you think of Matt's wrestling ability?
I've never seen it in person. I can't answer honestly.
Did you guys hear that? She's never seen me wrestle in person. Like I said, this was we met a couple of years after well, maybe not a couple of years, maybe about a year after the Extreme Cheapskates episode. So she's never seen me wrestle.
No cat, Sammy B. And Christian, tips for being married, be honest all the time. Talk a lot.
Yes, communication. Trust, communication. Like I want to say they're key, and I know it's super cliche, but it's true. It's very, very true. Yeah, name your child Ricochet. That's a popular one. What do you think of Ricochet? You said no already, right?
No to Ricochet.
Yeah, I know. I'm just checking.
Maybe for a middle name.
Maybe for a middle name. There we go. Do you like the main attraction, Matt Saxon?
Well, when I first met Matt, the first time I saw him without a shirt on and saw his main attraction tattoo, made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah. Since she has never seen me wrestle, I at that point in my life, I was very used to a lot of people seeing me without a shirt, especially since the show was on. But she had never seen me without a shirt. So imagine that. First time I take off my shirt, I'm like, oh yeah, she's about to be impressed. And it says the #1 attraction right on my chest. And she has, again, no clue that I wrestled. So she's over here like, oh, this guy's so arrogant with his #1 attraction tattoo. All right, let's back up.
If we didn't get a hedgehog, we would get a puppy, Alan. And I kicked myself for getting a hedgehog because when I ask for a puppy, he says, you got a hedgehog.
Yeah, I'm like, we can't afford all that. Can't afford a dog and a hedgehog and no.
For your first month anniversary, you should just do something sweet. Be kind. Do something nice for her.
Yeah, keep it
rub
simple.
Rub her back. Rub her feet. Make her feel special.
There you go. Mulalo, this is not just my girlfriend, not just my best friend, not just my sugar mama, but this is my wife. Crazy, right?
Stuck with him for life.
For life. Let's see. The luck of sugar mama. I was opening sports card and got an 8.
You're welcome.
Oh, I was like, what? I mean, smell, not sound, huh?
What can I smell?
I don't know. What can you smell?
Hello.
I don't know. We smell Urkel. We smell the hedgehog. That's for sure. Sugar Mama looks a little bit like Stephanie McMahon. What do you think about that?
You'll have to show me her again.
All right, I'll show you Stephanie McMahon.
I can't picture her face.
All
he
right.
did, of course. Couldn't propose to him.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? No. Wow. That's harsh.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
So we have about 10 minutes left of this live stream, and I told you guys I would deliver. You guys asked for my mom to be part of the Freeway to Success, and she was. You guys saw my brother, and now you see Sugar Mama.
My real name is Mrs. Cheap Wrestler.
Oh, you guys heard it. Miss Cheap Wrestler.
Mrs.
That's what I said, no?
You said Miss.
I said Mrs. Cheap Wrestler. Thoughts of my YouTube stuff?
If it makes him happy, then I'm all about it.
She feels conflicted about my YouTube stuff. Not conflicted. She's very, very supportive. I think for her, it's I don't know. Yeah, you ever had an ex or anybody do things like this before?
No, this is all new.
Very new experience that I'm putting her through. I mean, you know, a lot of times when I can't record it, somebody has to help me out. So she experienced a lot of these things.
I'm a good videographer, so I partake in some of it.
There you go. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything here. Let's see.
He proposed in our old apartment. It was simple and sweet. That's it.
Yes. So, I mean, it definitely worked out for my pockets. You know? But I knew that Sugar Mama wouldn't like something that was like super crazy. It'd be better if it was intimate and personal, right? At least I hope, because you know, I did it already. It's over.
Big like flash mob and like
a flash mob. You could just have my dancing.
No. Do you get annoyed because he always on video games? No, he's pretty good. He balances pretty well.
That's right. Don't try to get me in trouble. Who said that? Who said that? Alan trying to get me in trouble. Matt never dance again. Come on, I got the moves like Jagger. I hear you. Let's see. Charismatic Enigma. Oh, she is gorgeous. Let's see. That was pretty good, right? My dance moves were sweet. What are you talking about, Christian? Don't be jealous. Best wrestler of all time. Uh-oh. Sounds like there's some drama in the room. Can you read this before the stream ends? If you can face any pro wrestler, who would I face? At this point in time, if I can face any pro wrestler, I would face John Cena. That'd be my answer. They said, right now, you have one person. Here you go. John Cena. Or The Undertaker, if he counts. Let's see. Bring it on with Matt Says Tomorrow. You're hilarious. Let's see.
Like Simon Says?
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I was just reading.
Favorite... He better throw all his toys away for $1 million.
Okay, let's see.
What's our favorite thing to do as a couple? I think we like to go hiking as a couple. Take walks.
Yeah, we definitely like to go hiking for sure. But I've been a little scared recently. You want to tell them why I've been scared to go hiking?
He's afraid of bobcats.
They're not. Whoa, hold on. Okay. Let's rewind for a second. Not bobcats. We don't have bobcats.
Sorry, catch up on the side.
Are you just reading random comments in the middle of our conversation?
I'm new at this. I want to answer everybody.
Okay, I see. Pumas, mountain lions. They're in New York, and they scare the bejesus out of me, so I'm scared to go hiking. All right?
You should Google the video of man attacked by bobcat or followed by bobcat.
Yeah, it's petrifying. Ketchup on the side or all over. Okay, I see now.
Ketchup on the side.
I agree. Let's see. Hitman says, not sure if you'll answer, but what is your favorite wrestling pop? Oh, I'm sorry, because you did ask that before. And my answer is The Fiend. I feel like, yeah, guess who got this one from me? It's definitely my favorite. I love the work on it. I think they did a great job with the mask and all the fine details. So, funny story. When The Fiend first came about, she was really very much into it. She was very curious who this guy Bray Wyatt was and why he had a Mr. Rogers themed house. But after a while, I think kind of got over it. I was
kind of over it.
Yeah.
He kept killing that bunny.
Ramblin' Rabbit.
Bunny.
Yeah. He deserved it.
No.
Ramblin' Rabbit. Let's see. CTB Gaming says, do you like being a heel? I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Just be a bad guy and be mean to people. People will pay for me to be mean to them. It's like the best job ever, right?
If you have a good relationship, married life and couple life are the same. Nothing changes.
I 110% agree. They kind of go hand to hand, and when you get married, it just kind of seems like it just keeps going. It doesn't. It shouldn't really.
It just keeps getting better.
Right, and getting married specifically shouldn't really change anything. You know, maybe it might grow a little stronger. You might just feel it. You know, almost like a placebo effect, but nothing's really changed. So just keep being best friends, and I think everything else will fall into place. I know we didn't quite hit our goal as far as likes, but that's okay. That's okay. We have a little bit less than 5 minutes to go, so we'll try to answer as many questions as we can before we got to bounce. Let's see, best game of all time. For me, it's GTA. So my favorite video game of all time is Mega Man Legends, which I think you guys already know that. Anthony says, Matt, you're going to make it big in WWE. I appreciate that, Anthony. You never know.
If brunch comes with mimosas, Christian, I'm there.
She loves her mimosas. Not too many, but she enjoys them. Let's see. Hero says, can... Sorry, I just saw the question underneath here. Can you say... honestly, is it Hero Scope? Am I saying that right? Scope? Skype? I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. And I'm not going to cut a promo on my wife. Come on.
What does that mean?
That means I basically say a bunch of mean things about you, as if we were like getting ready for a match. I would talk trash.
He has nothing bad to say.
That's right, too. She's right. She's right. Oh my gosh, you guys are mean. You want me to cut a promo on my wife? A penny? Yeah, what the? How much?
Too much.
Yeah, it's like, how much do you think you've spent on Funko Pops?
Annually? Let's see. A lot.
Annually, probably like... maybe a little over 100.
I don't know.
You don't know. Matt, do a promo on The Undertaker going to WrestleMania. We only have a promo about me challenging The Undertaker to WrestleMania. Maybe a nice promo. A promo where I say nice things.
But angry.
All right, guys. Well, I guess if you guys gave me the challenge, I will take your challenge. I will cut a promo on Sugar Mama saying nice things in an angry tone. So let me have to get into this. I've never done this before. All right, I got to get a little bit of my #1 attraction swag in here. Make this step up, kick it up a couple of notches. Let me take a look at you. A nice hard look at you. I feel like it's the best way to cut this promo. By actually seeing you face to face. Well, yeah. You guys meant right now, right? Not like tomorrow. I think they wanted me to cut this promo right now.
I don't know what that means, but go ahead.
Cutting a promo? It's like...
Just do it.
Normally, I would say...
Figured I'd get you angry.
Where's your coffee? You have the nerve to touch a champion's coffee. Do you think those lips belong where my lips are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're absolutely right. Now come here. See, that was it. That wasn't fun for you guys, was it? There's no such thing as a nice promo. Aww. I think I've cut enough promos on Kurt Angle. He knows. All right, guys, we have just a little bit of time left. Let's see. Hero Scope is #1. What? Up. Did I miss a question?
I don't know.
I don't think so. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like I promised, we had none other than the one and only Sugar Mama join us for this live stream. This is a very special live stream. We're at number 20. Thanksgiving just passed, so if you guys celebrate, hopefully it was a really good Thanksgiving for you guys. I'm sure that 2020 has been very tough, but there are always things to find to be thankful for, so make sure you hold on to those things, make some new things happen. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world. This is Sugar Mama.
Nice to meet you.
And I'll see you guys really, really soon. I'm the cheapest wrestler in the world. Peace.